Perfect. Thank you. Riddle and Code is from Vienna. Let me get rid of the mask. I'm from Germany, so my CEO always tells me, don't try to get the audience with German charm and humor. So I'm trying to be dry as I can. What do? We are a blockchain company, but we don't do blockchain hardware as 98.5% of all other blockchain projects, but we don't do blockchain software only, we do blockchain hardware. What does it mean? Basically, we secure critical infrastructure, and as you can see from the list of project partners and customers, we work with tier 1 companies. So critical infrastructure, what does it mean? It means that we establish trusted IoT data sources. We all heard a lot about the data lake is going to explode, and that means that while there might be some data that is just used for statistical purposes, and where let's say the provenance of the data is not critical, there are many use cases out there, and the number will increase. Just think of autonomous driving, where we need to be sure that the data that is coming from sensors or machines is absolutely reliable and tamper-proof. So that's why there will be a big difference between normal IoT data aggregation that you can use internally to improve your production processes, for example, or to know whether the temperature in your garden is right to put the seeds out there. And then there will be crypto chip-enabled devices that encrypt data on the source. So basically sensor data is encrypted, tamper-proof, reliable, and that's what we do. We create audit trails for this industry by using these chips to make machines having a tamper-proof digital identity. And then once you have this digital identity and a digital twin, a digital data twin on the blockchain, you can basically do what the music industry did when it went from CDs to MP3 files. You can compute data and work with real-time processes because you know that exactly this machine or this car is in question. Once you have that identity chips, machines and vehicles become addressable, and at the same time, and that's the specific thing about blockchain technology, you have full wallet capabilities. So basically we can turn everything into an agent of a mobile platform, of a marketplace, and you can enable transactions between machines. So that means that, unfortunately it's the wrong presentation that you're showing, so let me just be a bit spontaneous. If we think about objects, we can differentiate between tagging an object itself or its transport container. If we talk about track and trace along supply chains, and we can create different groups of machine identities. So object identities for sneakers, watches, or parcels in a supply chain. Machine identities for production machines if you want to exactly know the production dates, or vehicle IDs if you move forward. So that means securing digital infrastructure is critical to us. We work with Vienna, for example, here in Vienna, to turn photovoltaic installations into, let's say, decentralized shareholder assets by tokenizing these photovoltaic plants, and then everybody can get a share. But we also tokenize the energy that is produced, and basically introducing those energy tokens will create a new form of economical activity, and that's what we do.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you, Sebastian. And although it might have been the wrong presentation, you're here for questions anyway, so please see Sebastian from Riddle and Code. Any questions so far? Any questions from the live stream, maybe?
It's the first time everything was clear when I did a presentation. Maybe because you mixed up the slides.
There's one question. The gentleman here in the middle, please. Yep.
Hi, Sebastian, Lothar from Vienna. Could you give us a little insight what's energy tokens? Just 1 second.
If a photovoltaic plant is using kilowatt hours, then somehow, if you are a shareholder of such an installation, among with your neighbors, for example, then of course, how are you compensated for your part in production? And that's why you create an energy token, and then you, as a partial shareholder of that photovoltaic plant, get a number of tokens that you can redeem against your invoice from your energy production company, or redeem for other services. And maybe one last thing, because it wasn't in the slides, that's, for example, an industry-grade form factor. It's a blockchain hardware car wallet. You can just plug it into a rental car, and then your usage data, how long did you drive, how long did you use the car for, is stored on the blockchain. And this data, because it can be trusted, is then used for the invoice processes. And the process is similar. If it doesn't really matter if it's an energy marketplace or a mobility marketplace or a supply chain marketplace.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you for your presentation.